We are going to do the Helpful Heifer mini wallet. I'm really excited about this one. It goes with the lanyard. In your kit, as with all Helpful Heifer kits, you get the pattern and you get 2 fat 8s. No, I did not say I was a fat 8. I'm a 10, baby. You also get a piece of fabric interfacing. In this case, I've already ironed it to the back. So when you get interfacing, part of it is kind of bumpy. That's the side with the glue. Put that on the ugly side of your fabric and then use your iron to press it so that it sticks to it. The pattern gives you all the dimensions you need, so just cut out the main body of the fabric from whichever fabric you choose to be the exterior. Then you're going to cut out the pocket, and then you're going to cut out the little piece of fabric that we're going to use as the piece that holds the D-ring in place, or the little clippy thing that hooks to your lanyard. Next, repeat this step to cut the same size block as you did for the exterior fabric from the interior fabric. Now this will be the one without the interfacing. You will also need to cut the same amount of fabric for the interior pocket. Great job. Now take your 2 exterior and interior main pieces of fabric, lay them pretty side to pretty side. We're going to fold them in half lengthwise. Make sure they're folded together so that the rounded corners match. Next, take a spool of thread or something to give you a rounded edge corner. Push it up so that you're just giving it a nice rounded edge. Do both sides, then you're going to trim it off. Make sure you're marking and trimming on the non-folded side. Next, fold it in half lengthwise again. This time you may want to give it just a little bit of a press so that you have an indication line of where the middle is. We're going to use this as the spot so we know where to put the magnetic clasp. Measure down about 2 inches or about wherever you like so that you can know where you're going to put the clasp and you can match it to the interior lining. You want your clasp to be in the exact same place. Using a seam ripper, poke a little hole on either side of your dot so that you can easily push through your clasp. To push through your clasp, you're going to flatten out the little legs so they both angle in and cover one another up. Repeat this process for the other piece of fabric. In this case, this is the exterior fabric. Okay, it's time to make the pocket. Take those smaller pieces of fabric, lay them pretty side to pretty side. Then we're going to stitch a 1/4 inch seam right along the top. After you've stitched the 1/4 inch seam, you're going to open it up and you'll have this great little fold in the middle, but you need to go iron it so that it lays really flat and together and that seam is really in the center. After you've ironed it, top stitch right along that line. Remember, it's going to show, so use a thread you like. Next, let's make the little side loop. Take the small piece of fabric, fold it in half, finger press it so that you can find the center. Then open it up and fold in either side like this. And eventually you'll fold it in half and iron. This way you have a nice finished seam on all sides. Stitch along the edge. You can do both sides if you want to be decorative and pretty. Just like that. Make sure you use a thread you love because it will show. Remember, your bobbin thread is going to show on this, so maybe take some time to match your bobbin to your top thread. Before you sew, you want to go ahead and add that D-ring in so that it's secure, and go ahead and stitch right below the D-ring as close as you can get to hold it in place. Next, measure up about 2 inches above the base, and then you're going to place the base of the pocket there. Make sure you match the interior to interior and put the exterior on the outside. If you want it to be a little different, you can flip it around too. You don't have to stitch that pocket in place yet. Next, take your D-ring and you're going to place it on the edge, and then you're going to clip it in place just to hold it there. Super important, when you're putting the pretty side to pretty side, make sure that the metal clasps are on the opposite side of one another before you sew it together. Lay your exterior fabric pretty side to pretty side with your interior fabric, then clip it together all the way around the rim. Sew a 1/4 inch seam all the way around. Make sure when you get to the little loopy thing that holds the D-ring that you backstitch over it a few times just to make sure it's secure. Carefully go around those rounded edges and you will have a beautiful bag. Oh, and don't forget to leave a pull-through hole. Use that pull-through hole and flip it right side out. Fold the base of your wallet up. Then you're going to do a stitch right along the edges. It's crazy easy, and you'll end up with this super cute little wallet with a magnetic clasp. Kits are available from my friends at the Quilted Cow.